Oh, this music. This
Oh,
music.
I have the music turned all the way down.
It's classic.
I know sometimes the music can get kind of like weird.
Oh, there's so many good ducks to choose from. I remember seeing my favorite one, like a one that I liked. I think it was this one. Hello! I arrive. I am here. Can I control my duck? No, I can only quack.
I think that's it. I think we just clack at each other.
I think we just quack. Alright, I love it.
I wonder if it's possible, like, if we go in and, like, we choose, propeller duck or something. If it's possible to, like...
Control yourself.
I mean, probably not.
Probably not. I mean, this is good. We'll just watch each other as we quack. Alright, well let me go grab my list of questions.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, does it pause for you when I pause?
No, it doesn't. Oh. Cumbersome. Making a mess. There we go. Okay, we're fine. Hello. Welcome on in. Oh, that's not what I wanted either. Oh boy. Okay. Hopefully it stops doing that. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I am so tired.
I feel that.
I have not been getting very good sleep recently.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a bad living situation.
I'm sorry. I hope it improves soon. Bump you up.
It's gonna take me moving for it to improve.
Then I hope you move soon.
Oh,
I
yeah.
moved. I moved. Sorry, God.
Oh, you're right.
I moved recently, so yeah, I kind of get it. Moving sucks.
I have a lot of moving trauma, actually.
Oh no. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like, it's definitely not my fault, but like my parents moved around so much that it was just like,
so done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Well, do you want your first question?
Yeah.
Okay. Your first. Go ahead.
Just mussing about in something. I'm sorry. Right. I never stop like messing with things. I'm just like, oh, what if I did this? Oh, this is shiny.
That's okay. That's why I ask if you're ready or not. Your first question is why did you accept the invite?
Oh, the invite for an interview?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't know. it's I've never been interviewed before. I don't usually do anything on a Monday other than chores. And I don't know. Oh. Seemed interesting. You seemed nice. I was a little weary because like the date lining up for this.
Yeah. I didn't realize till after. It's like, oh no, I hope they don't think I'm pulling their chain because I'm not.
But then I was like, oh, okay, we have a mutual friend. Okay. All right. Then it's like, you're probably chill.
I think we have a few mutuals.
On Discord, it only says that we have one person in common.
Okay. I might be wrong then. Then there might be a couple people who know of you.
Yeah, that's the scary part, is a lot of people seem to know of me, and I don't know them.
Welcome to the internet.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little one-sided.
yeah.
Alright, well, do you feel like that satisfies the answer?
I, I, I don't know.
I think so. Do you want to move on?
Um, yeah.
The next question is, what do you do?
What do I do? What don't I do at this point? Uh, I, oh, God. I do, streaming, digital art, um, I now do graphic design as well. I've done
Ooh,
a few logos.
that's cool.
Um, emotes, stickers, I paint 3D models for other VTubers sometimes, or just like other furries in general. I
Mhm.
convert those models for streamers. I have a perfectly normal amount of 3D models. It's definitely not in the triple digits. Don't look at me.
Absolutely not. Look, I understand. I have this thing where if I find something I like, I tend to collect a lot of it, even if it's just
Yeah.
images and files. So I have a lot of useless files that I'm just like, ooh,
Yeah.
pretty.
Don't look at my Mothman collection. Don't look at my Mothman collection. It's
I won't.
fine.
It sounds,
Um,
a Mothman collection sounds great.
Mothman. Uh,
He's a
no,
cool little
like
guy.
I have so many 3D models, and a lot of them I don't actually use. Like
Mm-hmm.
before I did like a soft rebrand for streaming,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my previous stream Sona thing was a protogen who could like shapeshift into other things because I thought that was neat or whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Um it it was great, but it was also like it was a lot to keep up with and I just wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Alright. You want the next question?
Sure.
Next question is, why do you do what you do?
Oh, it's not a happy reason.
Mm.
I do streaming because and we've talked a little bit about this before. I have scoliosis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've had scoliosis at least documented since I was a toddler
Ugh.
living in another country.
Wow.
I
That's
have a
rough.
very, very, very long life story, and I'm 26. Uh, uh, but along with scoliosis, like I had scarlet fever,
Mm.
which the long-term effect of that is like you're essentially immunocompromised and you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, hence why I got strep throat almost every single year I was in middle school and high school.
Ugh. That would explain a lot.
Sometimes more than once a year.
Uh, fun.
Yeah. Um, and like a lot of other health problems and like mental disabilities and like learning disabilities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the government won't acknowledge it
Hmm.
because a lot of my medical documentation is from out of country or
Oh.
different states, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like they don't want to acknowledge it. Every time I go to get seen and like, hey, I struggle with like literal living and like day-to-day tasks. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
do you actually? And it's like,
Do you actually though? It's like, yes! Please believe
yeah,
me!
yeah.
Ugh, that's so infuriating. I'm sorry.
So yeah, so streaming is like the only job that I can like hold down to a degree.
Yeah.
Um, I don't regret it. I wanted to get into commissions a lot sooner, like when I was like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I knew there were issues with PayPal if you opened one too soon. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not doing TV and art points, like I'm not doing this for fake money.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but like I love streaming and art and stuff. It's just when it is 90% of your day,
It's a lot.
it's not. Yeah, it's oof. 5% of it's taking care of household chores. The other 5% is sleeping.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah,
Well, at least it's working out in some fashion, it
yeah,
seems.
yeah. Um, it's definitely been interesting. There have been times where like we've struggled to pay bills where I currently am at.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, it's been okay, open pay what you want commissions, pray that people buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Or um, there is someone that I no longer talk to. Um, that's also a very long story. But more than once, this person covered several of our bills.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. That sounds like a complicated relationship.
Yeah, like he did it without like wanting anything in return because
Mm-hmm.
like he was like the only non-furry in a group of like okay, everyone eventually became a furry. Um
It affects everything.
yeah, like and the worst part is like it was literally everyone around him became a furry. He hosted
Uh,
a PMD like almost D&D website thing, like
yeah.
RPG game for a while.
Oof.
Um, yeah. So it's like,
How do
how
you
did you
not?
escape the furry pipeline?
Yeah.
Hello,
You should have been down with the rest of us.
right? No, it's better that he didn't, because like, oh,
You wouldn't want.
not going into that.
Yeah,
Bad
okay.
guy, bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that he was able to help, but I'm sorry that he wasn't a very good influence.
Oh yeah, nah, he was horrible.
Uh, well,
Still is.
you're not around him anymore, so that's what matters, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'm going down the ducky pipeline. I went down the slide.
Oh, we're going down the slide.
I went down the slide. The slood.
Still don't know where this. Is this one of the basic ducks? Do we only have basic ducks in here? I have all the
Um,
DLC for this game. Listen,
I have all but the last one.
it
So
was
I
on
don't.
sale recently,
The
so I
one
was like,
I'm
oh.
using right now is one of the DLC ducks. I'm pretty sure.
I'm using just listen, okay.
All right, I'll listen. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Do you make things?
Do I make things? Do
Yes.
I make things? Oh god, what don't I make? Um if it wasn't my literal inability to afford uh physical like machinery or
Mm-hmm.
supplies and stuff, I would have a sewing machine and I
Ooh.
would be a menace.
Ooh.
I have a button maker that's in a box that I have never used.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have the space for it.
Mm.
Um, but
Mm-hmm.
do I make things? I make other people into VTubers. Like I make them models. I've taken several commissions where I just straight up design people OCs because it's like, oh, I have this idea, but I can't draw, and I'm like,
I do.
grabby hands, grabby hands. Hi, hello. That is
I'm
ninety
here.
percent of like what I like fascinated over. Like, um,
Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah. And then aside
wonderful.
from that, it's like I never stopped making OCs. The
Mm,
last count we did last year, I had over 200.
nice.
Um uh about 50 of them I think need redesigns because like a lot of them used to be Neopets.
I
um
love it.
uh and then I have my current project, which is concerning like my current stream character, Railty, and all that.
Hmm.
And then like it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like Earth, but there's a few key differences. Like the furries are real. Furries are
Hmm.
very real.
Are
Um
they everywhere?
yes, it's the basic TLDR is furries didn't want to interact with humans, so they kind of like hid away in remote like parts and corners of the earth and like
Mm.
tried to like every time the humans would like, oh, we can live here now because we have the technology, furries would go, ah, god damn it, move a little
They
bit
found
farther
us.
back.
They found us
Yeah,
again.
yeah, they'd move a little bit farther back, and then eventually humans destroyed the ecosystem to a
Uh,
degree where it was like, okay, hi, we're coming out of hiding. We can fix this, but y'all need to chill. And they end up do fixing it with the help of like magical girls and stuff.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
fun.
It's very fun. I'm getting back into writing. I used to write so much as a kid, but now it's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, that
Yeah.
is a new duck. I haven't seen this one before.
Ooh.
Oh, he caws.
uh, do you want the next question?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The next question is, why do you really make things?
What? uh, to escape from reality, to ignore the not greatness of my current situation, to entertain others and hope that they keep me around longer and find me interesting, um, to I guess kind of ease the symptoms of being schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, side note, I'm schizophrenic.
All right, that's fine.
um nothing bad that like require it probably should require medication, but I refuse it.
Yeah, that's
um
fair.
but nothing bad that's ever tried to like hurt me or anything.
Yeah.
um
I used to work a job where I was working primarily with those diagnosed with schizophrenia. So I have a better understanding of what that diagnosis means, and it's not always scary stuff and
yeah,
nightmares because that's mostly just Hollywood, and there's hardly any
yeah,
people with schizophrenia who, actually behave that way. A lot of time it's a motivation and a lot of internal stimuli that just distracts you a lot.
yeah, yeah. Like it was definitely really bad when I was really little.
Mm-hmm.
um I used to have like horrible nightmares.
Mm.
um and but then eventually I was like, wait a minute, hold on, you all depend on me for your existence. If you don't want to play nice, I can will you out of existence.
That's
I am your merciless god.
amazing. Bow before me.
And it all fell in line pretty quickly. The only thing I don't have control over for it, because like I've been unmedicated most of my life for like
Mm-hmm.
this shit.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't have control over is sometimes I get hyper realistic cats
Mm. That's cool.
where there should not be cats, but the meow is there, and I'm just like, oh god, I can't tell if that's one of the three cats living in my house, a cat on the street, or if it's my imagination.
Mm. It's a
Shit.
it's a roulette wheel.
Yeah, I always check because like if it's a real cat and they need help, it's just like, well then,
You don't want to ignore
bail.
that. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, you're just immediately leaving. Bye. You came to the
Oh,
little pool and you left.
listen, the tube. The tube.
The tube.
Um, why do I make things? I make things because like I want. I mean, especially with my current project, it's like there are a lot of hard themes and a lot of hard stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, I'm currently focusing on the magical girls because they help me write out the history of like after like the more anthropomorphic animal population comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they help write the history, but like the first set of magical girls are they're tasked with like, okay, keep the ecosystem from getting any worse while the rest of technology catches up real quick. And
Mm-hmm.
they go through severe burnout, all of them. And one of them is going through an identity crisis because she's like, my friends are earth, water, and air, and I am light. What the actual hell can I do?
Yeah.
Um, and then and then there's another magical girl group down the line, like in the timeline, um, where two of their members are minors. One of them is 13, the other is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like the oldest of the group in that later group is a straight up adult
Mm.
who he's gonna have her own problems, but she completely just brushes off the fact that these two literal minors are in danger,
Mm.
uh, and the only other girl in the group who is kind of the main character of that group is
Mm-hmm.
like, no, 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 hold on, this is not okay. These are children and they are in mortal danger. And the youngest is 13, and she's just like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't do those like happy stories. And
Yeah.
there's too many of those like, oh, everything works out in the end, and it's like, not everything does.
It hardly ever does, if at all.
Yeah,
It's a lot of learning to just accept things as they are, and that's really rough.
yeah. I swear there are some happy elements in it.
I believe you.
The main character of that last group, she becomes a magical girl after her first like trans like gender euphoria moment of like, I really am a girl, I'm doing it, I'm being a real girl. And then it's like, okay, you're a magical girl now. Now
Oh
you're
boy.
really a girl.
Yep. Now you're really in it.
Yeah. She just wanted
Goodness.
to be an English major.
Oh no.
Yeah.
uh. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. Um.
Sorry. I
No, it's okay.
ramble and I get off topic. Eventually I round about back to where I'm supposed to be.
That's all
Maybe.
right. You make the effort, and that's what matters. That's what matters to
Yeah.
me. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question is, who is someone you like? And I mean that in a way of like, who is someone you find cool, neat, or interesting? Who is someone you just like?
Someone I just like. Um. Hmm. I mean, God, that's a long list of people. Like, off the top of my head, I can name like a bunch of the cast from Dimension 20.
Mm.
Um, Oddly, a decent amount of dungeon masters for
Hmm.
D&D.
Interesting.
There's probably nothing there. Don't worry about that. Um, I guess Doki Bird. She used to be Selen Tatsuki of
Hmm.
Niji-san GEN.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I've got like a bunch of furry friends as well that I'm just like, you are cool and you have done some amazing things, and I'm like, oh, like Pixel, my friend
Hmm.
Pixel literally cannot stop making games and concepts for games, and like he
Wow.
loves making tabletop games, and oh, he recently revamped his old Kobold tabletop project, and it's so good now. Um,
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. Um, it's and then like my partners. Oh god, I love my partners. Um, one of my partners is a lot like me, and it's like we just kind of like sit and talk about our OCs for like hours on end.
Oh,
Um,
lovely. I
one of
love
my
that.
partners is a clown,
Mm,
and is the only IRL clown that I am not like afraid of.
yeah,
Um, uh,
that's
like
interesting.
yeah, uh, side note on that, I lived through and I lived in the hotspot of where the like creepy clown outbreak was.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was like 2016-ish, right?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
that was the year I graduated, and there were genuinely clowns roaming like even
The
rural New
streets.
York. Yeah, no,
Uh,
they were roaming like even in our like small town in rural New York.
oh
Um,
gosh.
it was bad, but like genuinely they didn't like they we drove them out of town real quick.
Good.
The teenagers did. We beat the shit out of them. um,
Wonderful.
never trusted a clown since except for my partner. Uh, oh god, who else? Um, the Monomi Park team, the group that made Slime Rancher and is making Slime Rancher 2.
Yeah.
A lot of them used to work on Spiral Knights, which was a game that I played, and one of the few MMOs I really loved
Hmm.
back in the day. It's still around. It's not good. It's not in
Mm.
good condition. I don't like to think about it. Um, um, yeah, I guess
All
there's a
right.
decent amount of people I like.
Yeah,
And you're
that's a
nice.
good list.
I
Oh,
like
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd get you soft tacos, but I don't have money.
Also, like, we're across the country for each other, so that'd be one expensive soft taco.
Yeah, yeah, and Taco Bell's gotten real expensive recently.
It has. It's real sad going to your
Yeah,
favorite fast food restaurant being like, oh, I only spent like $3. And then you're like, where did all my money go?
yeah. Their new flatbread chicken melt is actually pretty good. I get that
Nice.
instead of the chicken quesadilla now.
Mm, cool. I'm a sucker for that crunch wrap. Ugh, good.
Crunchwrap Supreme!
Yeah, let's go.
On my Ko-fi, you can, if you're like a gold member, you can change it to be whatever you want it to be. And
Mm-hmm.
mine is buy me a Crunchwrap Supreme.
I love it.
Because I like the chicken. I like putting chicken in instead of beef.
Ooh, ooh, that's tasty.
I am a sucker for chicken.
Uh,
Um,
chicken's good.
it is. It is.
All right. Do you want the next question?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you know that list of people we talked about that we, discovered and all that.
Yeah.
So what about this group of people do you like about them? Like what
Um,
what is a through line between all these different cases?
all of them have created stuff that I enjoy. A lot of them are hard stories, like with the Monomi Park team and Slime Rancher. That's a
Mm-hmm.
love story,
Mm-hmm.
but it
It
is
is.
also a story about like picking up and like leaving everything to go do something that is very hard. You leave behind everything, including a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, the Dimension 20 team, like I'm currently going through Fantasy High junior year. Um, oh god. Oh no.
Oh
My
no.
heart. Oh
Oh.
god. Oh. But like and every I haven't watched all of the Dimension 20 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But even like with Critical Role and all that, it's like these are characters going through hard times.
Yeah.
A lot of them are maybe inadvertently like disabled, like they're not originally like, oh, like I've planned it, like this character is like disabled because I've planned that about this character. It's, you know, something is, it's just how the actors play them, like the
Mm-hmm.
players play them. Um,
Yeah.
and it definitely helps me because I had, aside from like one friend from one of my high schools, this was a Christian school, by the way. I
Mm.
temporarily went to a Christian private school. That was a nightmare.
Oh
I got
dear.
kicked out for being gay.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
I'm glad you're not there
this,
anymore.
yeah, this one friend, the only friend I have from that school, is agender, aromantic, and asexual.
Nice.
Uh, and that was the only representation I had of that
Mm-hmm.
until until Fantasy High, and it was just like, oh,
This is how it's supposed to be.
oh, wait, hold on, that, oh, too much
Oh
of this
no.
character speaks to me. Riz Gut Gak, what the fuck? Um,
Oh no, are you leaving again? No. Okay, you're stuck here with me. Good.
hey, yay,
Hi.
hello, shiny,
Hello.
hello. You're so shiny.
I am a little shiny, yeah.
I
If I
love how
can't
this
be, go ahead.
I love how this duck isn't actually, weird thing I know, this duck is not text like modeled to have bumps on it. It's all normal mapping, so it's
Mm-hmm.
fake.
Yeah.
Like it like tells the light to reflect off of it in a certain way, and it's so neat.
It is very neat.
Let us make custom ducks. I will
I
be
would love.
perfectly good with this.
I would love a custom duck. I was gonna say, if I can't be fluffy, I will be shiny.
We
Mm-hmm.
have cat duck too.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, no, like a lot of these, it's like there's a lot of representation that like I don't see, um, or it's like, oh, this character is played by someone who is autistic and is going to have like, you know,
These certain
uh,
quirks.
yeah, it's gonna have certain quirks, and then I sit there and I watch and I go, oh, why is this resonating with me? What the fuck?
Why
What do
do I
you mean that?
understand?
Exactly, like, what do you mean that wasn't just a weird Tory thing? What do you mean that wasn't just me being weird? What? Fuck! Sorry.
No, I understand. I understand. It makes sense. Oh, the rain.
Oh,
Hello, rain.
this is my favorite kind of weather.
The
Rain.
rainy. I do
I don't like
really.
storms.
I rain in swimming pools. I don't know why, but it's very. It's extremely relaxing to me. Like being in a swimming pool while it rains is just like
Yeah.
another level. It's like, oh my gosh, I love it here. Well, thank you for explaining that, Tori. I appreciate it. Would you like the next question?
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, what do you like about yourself?
Uh, uh, hey, so anyways, ducks, right?
Ducks are cool.
Oh god, what do I like about myself? What don't I hate about myself, I guess is a better question.
Do you hate your
um,
creativity?
yeah, yeah, it's very distracting.
Hmm.
Uh, like, even as we're sitting here, my brain is, like, writing it, like, just continuously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've got, like, 4 different train tracks going, and it's just kind of like multi-track drifting right now. My
I love
train.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, it's
Oh,
it's a thing.
yeah.
But Oh boy. It's... I don't know. I've never felt comfortable in my physical form. I guess, like... What don't I hate about myself? Like...
I'm going through the pipe! The tube!
The tube! The tube!
I'm going.
The tube!
I am leaving the tiny pool, finally! Goodbye! Whee! Ah, what an adventure. Anyway, as you were saying.
Um...
Donk.
That is a really hard one, because it's like... I've always had self-esteem issues growing up, and they got a lot worse when, like... Because I went through puberty real early, like, really early. Medically, we should have gotten that checked out more. But, the minute it started happening, like, it was like... that hate of change kicked in a little bit more of like, oh, my everything is changing, my everything hurts. This is awful, actually.
I don't like
isn't
this.
what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Why did I want this? Yeah.
I never wanted it, actually. Like, it never occurred to me that I would, like, grow into a bigger person.
Ugh.
Like, I had a mental breakdown at my 10th birthday because I realized that time was passing.
No.
And that there was nothing I could do to stop it, and like I was getting older, and I was gonna keep changing, and it wasn't something that I liked.
No. I'm so sorry. That sounds awful.
It was real bad. I got real jaded about life real quick.
Oh, there went the submarine. He's flying.
No, submarine duck, don't do it. Don't do it.
He's trying to get out of here.
No, come on. Okay, I'll stop. I'll say nicer things about myself. I'm sorry.
Just one thing.
I'm curious. I'm very yeah, okay. Yeah, that is what I like about myself. I'm curious, and like I try very hard to keep an open mind because like I've lived in a lot of different countries. I traveled around a lot as a kid. I had to try things that I did like and the things that I didn't like, but other people did like. And like new experiences and stuff, and it was like a bit of it was definitely forced upon me, like the curiosity of like, you have to try this or like you're going to be in trouble, and it's like, oh well, it's usually food related, and it's usually like, you know, seafood, because my family loved seafood.
Yeah.
But I try to stay open to trying new things, and that's how I recently learned that, oh wait, I do actually like strawberries.
Ooh, strawberries are great.
I just really need to practice moderation, or I will get real sick of strawberries real fast.
That's always the trick. Yeah. I also realized that about myself, that if I like something and I eat it too much, I will stop liking it.
Yeah, I had that problem with mashed potatoes about a year ago.
Oh no!
Yeah, because we had them for, like, God, we didn't have, like, a huge meal variety in this house for a while. And mashed potatoes were a part of, like, a decent amount of our meals. And then one day, we're eating dinner, and all of a sudden my brain goes, if you take another bite of mashed potatoes, I'm gonna make you throw up. And there's nothing I hate more than, like, embarrassing myself with my own bodily functions.
Yeah. Oh, so are you joining me? Oh no!
Oh! No, I want to go blorp in the tube!
It's alright, I might join you down the slide. But you know what? I like your curiosity too. Curiosity is something that in the past like 3-4 years, I've only just started to try to lean into, just because, that kind of the curiosity was beaten out of me. Let's just say that. Uh,
Oh yeah,
and so
I get that.
learning to be curious again is really important. And so when I see others being able to, be curious and explore their world, it makes me happy because it's like, oh, you're doing the thing. I
Right.
appreciate that.
Like it's still scary. It's
Mhm.
still like there's still a lot of like, oh, like I'm really scared. Like part of the thing right now is my curiosity has gotten the better of me of, is this really the best place for me to stay right now? Like
Mhm.
I'm genuinely curious of, would I actually save money if I just raised a shit ton of money, picked up all my shit and left?
Yeah.
And like I think I already know the answer, but it's
Mhm.
also like, okay, I would be going, the only place I can go is somewhere I have never been.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
There's not a lot of options on that front.
I I can't live alone.
Mhm.
Um
That is rough.
I it's more of a case of I am not financially able to bring in enough money to live alone,
Mhm.
but it's also a case a little bit of, if left to my own devices and isolated for too long,
Things can get bad.
I will I will self-destruct slowly.
Yeah.
Um
I think I'm pretty similar in that way. I think I also have that problem with isolation.
yeah. It's why I spend so much time online and in Discord and stuff. It's like
It makes
I don't
sense.
there's no community here. Like I
Yeah.
can't go outside. It's
Mhm.
genuinely too dangerous.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, thank you for that answer. I appreciate your curiosity. I hope it continues to serve you well.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of
Um,
the reason why I'm here.
yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you're joining me. Hello.
I have made it through the tube.
Through the tube of destiny.
I love the tube.
It's pretty fun. Yay! All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Oh, this is another hard one. What about yourself inspires you?
Um, that's a really hard one because, like, I will admit that a lot of my characters are based on either my perceptions of situations
Mhm.
or like things about myself,
Mhm.
um, or like my perceptions of people that I have met.
Mhm.
That is what inspires a lot of my work. Um,
Okay.
which is why a lot of my characters don't have happy stories.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, I wouldn't say that I am ever inspired by myself. I'm never like astounded by my own like work or anything. Like I
Mhm.
recently did I literally finished this last night. I recently finished a commission where I tried some background elements and it was like, okay, cool. This is something that I can do.
Mhm.
It was nothing too far outside my usual wheelhouse,
Mhm.
but it was fundamentally different. And I was
Yeah.
still like, okay, yeah, this is something that I just absolutely should have been doing this whole time. Like,
Mhm.
what the fuck past me? Um,
What were you doing?
yeah. Sorry, that's a bad habit that I picked up from Homestuck of all the damn places of yelling at past Tori, yelling at future Tori,
uh, good
having to
all.
straight up sonas for both of those things.
No, that's fine. That checks out.
It's easier to be mad at someone else.
It's easier to cast blame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm ever like inspired by like my own things or anything. It's like I don't know.
Okay.
Mm,
What about your journey?
my journey.
Your journey
Uh
through life.
oh, oof.
I mean, well, we could say technically your journey has inspired a lot of your OCs,
Yeah,
even if they might not be happy ones.
yeah. Um, I I think the only thing I'm really proud of myself with my entire journey is I survived a very bad homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I couldn't tell you how many years ago it is. I have no sense of time
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
That's
I just
okay.
know that I graduated in 2016, and I went to high school for 5 years. That's
Nice.
all I can tell you.
Good enough.
Um, but yeah, before I lived here, I had a previous. I lived with my housemate's daughter and her at the time husband and their kid.
Mm,
And before that, I was in a homeless shelter.
mm,
And I think that is the only thing that's like, okay, if I can get through that, I can get through a lot of other bad things.
mm-hmm.
Because they would refuse me my medication.
Ugh.
They refused, like, they were specifically a homeless shelter that had, like, dedicated access to a medical group down in, like, kind of the Miami area.
Yeah.
Um, and they refused to get me like medical treatment for some of my things.
Mm.
I already knew I was transgender at the time. I just didn't realize that I'm like non-binary. It's like, oh, I think I want to be a guy, and then I was like, oh wait, hold on, shit, there's other options. Oh, there's other
Mm-hmm.
options. Oh, there's no option at all. Oh, I'll take that one.
I'll
I'll
take
take a
that one.
serving of that, thank you. Um,
A big ol' helping of that, please and thank you.
oh yeah. Um, During that time, they like most of the dinners there were food that I couldn't eat. And they all
Mm.
chalked it up to me being like, "Oh, stupid white person that can't like handle like spicy foods or whatever." And it's like, "No,
Uh,
some of this food is genuinely like undercooked. It is bad." And of course, I didn't realize it at the time. I was immunocompromised. So
mm-hmm.
like I'm very sensitive to like food that has gone off.
Yeah.
Um Milk, even like a few hours after it expires, it's like nope, nope, if I drink that I will be out for like a week.
Ugh.
um but
That's,
they didn't want to listen. um
oh, that's super
and
frustrating.
yeah, and so I ended up eventually just like, well, it's not worth it to get out of bed because we all had our own rooms. Like
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't a homeless shelter, it was an institution. You could not microwave a burrito in the middle of the night. um
Mm.
uh but it was eventually to the point of like I just didn't bother getting out of bed.
Yeah.
And I would come down for snack that would happen after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that was usually like a thing of cookies or an apple and a
Mm-hmm.
glass of milk. And that is all I subsisted on most days of the week for about 6 months.
Yikes.
The only other
Yeah.
time I would get to eat is if I was going over to a friend's house nearby. They were these two vegan brothers, and they could cook so fucking good. Uh,
Wonderful.
oh god, I loved their food. Um,
I'm glad you had
that
them.
was that was the only other time I would get to really eat.
Yeah. I think I'd stay in bed too. That sounds miserable.
Yeah, like
Well,
yeah, that is the only thing I'm like really proud of in my journey is I got through that.
yeah. And I'm glad that you did. Oh, there goes submarine. Submarine
No,
duck.
no, stop that! No,
He's out of the
back!
pond. He's gone.
Listen, I'm sorry.
But I
I love
think,
how once they stop skating, they start rolling. Like, hello, excuse
yeah,
me.
it's funny. but I hope this isn't too far. But I'm proud of you too, Tori. Thank you for going through that, and thank you for surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're neat. All right,
No, I think you're neat.
both can be true. Both can be true. Oh, come on.
He is just stuck here now.
There we are. All right. Would you like the next question?
Yeah.
Next question is, how do you react in uncomfortable situations?
It depends on the uncomfortable situation. Sometimes I'll try and hide.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in like big social situations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even in my house, like in my current living situation, like the big like thing that we don't talk about is I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving. I hate it here. I hate this house, and I hate like my housemates like inaction and all of that, and I hate
Mm-hmm.
this town, and I hate my neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh like I just kind of hide in my room, and I just kind of like always like make it seem like I'm working, which my housemate knows what my job is, so he just kind of assumes I am always working. So that works out.
Yeah.
Um
Oh,
but if
goodbye.
it's
See ya. Whee.
wee uh but if it's like a situation that I am unable to escape from, like a more personal situation,
Mm-hmm.
I either try to make a joke or I apologize. Oh
Oh,
no!
oh
Oh
no, where are
no!
you going?
Oh!
Where are
Oh!
you
Oh!
going? To the
I guess
ocean,
I'm escaping from
to
this
the
awkward
sea.
situation!
Away you go. I wish I could go to the ocean.
I've broken free from containment!
Oh no! We have a containment breach! And there's nothing we can do about it. Away you go. Be free, little ducky.
I think eventually, like, my duck will pick up speed and, like, rocket out of the world and despawn.
That'd be
It's
fun.
usually what happens with propeller hat duck.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me know what happens.
Yeah, because we're just here now.
As you were saying about
Um,
awkward situations.
yeah, like, if it's a situation where it's like, oh, I truly do value my, like, relationship with this person, or, oh, I've definitely fumbled this somehow, I will
Mm-hmm.
just apologize, even if I don't understand what I'm apologizing for.
Mm-hmm.
I will feel immensely guilty. Um, the worst is when I've made an awkward situation, but I don't recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst, because it's like, oh, why is everyone acting weird all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh no, it was me, wasn't it? Oh
yeah.
no. Yeah, that is awful.
Oh god, I did that on stream once. I was collabing with someone again. Now another person that I no longer talk to.
Uh-huh.
It was like a 4-person collab, and like I was just like, I was told act how you would usually act on stream, and I'm like, okay, my chat's usually pretty chill with me acting a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
which is very real, and like we don't hide away like
From the hard
problems and stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I stay away from politics and religion,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I am like the most I'll get into is I am a severe anti-capitalist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. I despawned. Okay,
Oh,
all
oh,
right.
I see you falling through the world. Oh, there you go. Goodbye.
So what do I do now? Oh, I'm
Uh,
back. Oh, I'm back.
are you back?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome
I
back.
must have made a deal with some eldritch god. All right.
Lovely.
Ah, yes.
Welcome,
Back in time to
welcome.
watch the sunset.
Ah, the best time.
Um, but yeah, I was doing a collab on someone else's stream, and like we just started like naturally like talking about things,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like I guess it was starting to get heavy or something, and I'm just like, looking back at it now, I can realize, oh, this isn't usually how they run their streams. This is a weird thing for them. Like they didn't
Yeah.
like
They
they
didn't
must not
expect
have liked
this.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because after that, they didn't speak to me unless we were in VR chat hanging out with other people, and I was like, oh, okay. Alright.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's a little rude if you ask me. Oh, the
Yeah.
water's gone. No more water in the big pool. You're just floating
Oh,
on
yeah,
air
that visual
now.
glitch. Love that visual glitch.
It's a glitch.
It's just
Okay.
weird
Did I
streamer
fix
stuff.
it? I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. Good, good.
Um, but yeah, like, it's... I don't know. And
Yeah.
like when I'm watching something and an awkward situation happens, most of the time, like if there's a transcript, I read what happens and then I fast forward through it. I have enough of that in my real life. I don't need
Yeah.
it in media.
You don't need it in your media that you consume. Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. All right. Do you feel like you've answered that question?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Want the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you were validated?
Oh, last time I was validated. Validated in like a way that I actually genuinely felt validated, or someone was like, "Oh yeah, no, your efforts and like I see you and you're amazing and wonderful." Like that. Uh,
Either or. I think I know the way, for me personally, genuinely feeling validated is rough, even though a lot of people do send validation my way.
yeah.
Even though I send validation my way, I still don't feel it, and that's really rough. So it's really up to you how you want to answer.
No, I'm the same way. It's like I have someone in I have someone in Discord who has the tendency to like send me like hug emotes or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or like um just like I have another person who comes in my chat
Mm-hmm.
and like just sends these really sweet messages of "you're doing amazing, I am so proud of you, I'm so glad you're here, you're my favorite streamer,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, listen here, you little shit, you'll make me cry because I genuinely can't believe you, but
Yeah.
it's nice that you say that anyways.
Yeah.
um but it's last time I truly felt validated. I don't know.
It's been a while.
I don't know.
Mm. Yeah. I think
It's
I can understand that.
it's very hard to accept it and like
Believe it. Yeah. I get that.
yeah.
It's been a journey. Well, thank you for sharing, even though, you know, it's thank you for being honest and real. I appreciate
Yeah.
that about you. Yep.
I I prefer to be honest and real because I spent so much of my childhood lying
Mm-hmm.
because not because I wanted to get away with shit that I wasn't supposed to do. Although occasionally it was a little bit of that. I was a child. What do you expect? Uh,
Child behavior,
Kids are little
yes.
shits. But also a case of like, um, it was a case of I didn't like I hated who I was. Like I was convinced I would not live past the age of 15. Not
Ugh.
because I had a plan or anything, but because my brain just kind of assumed that I was going to die.
Well, you had a lot
Um,
going against you, so
oh
yeah,
yeah. Um,
that makes sense.
but it's the reason I don't do a whole lot of lying anymore unless it's to truly protect myself and like get out of bad situations and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is God, that takes so much effort to
It does.
remember to keep it consistent and going.
Yeah.
But like, oh God, that's why it's so fun to play Among Us because no one expects me. I'm the
Yeah.
one that doesn't lie. I'm the one that's like, oh yeah, no, like that's too much work and effort. But it's like,
Yeah.
this would be really funny.
I'm the same way.
Um,
We should play Among Us sometime.
I want to get Among Us VR because I don't
Ooh,
like regular Among Us. Among Us VR, you cannot see the map, so it's like,
VR's fun.
oh yeah,
Yay.
or
Alright.
murder in the VR chat lobbies. I love.
Either
Oh
or.
no, I'm sorry, it's Blackout. Blackout's my favorite of those ones.
Nice. Oh, sorry.
That duck is swearing at you.
Oh, how? What's up? Why you swear? What did I do wrong? Did I get in your way? I'm sorry.
Oh, I think Propeller Duck might be making a
A
submarine duck might
great
be
a
making a break
great
for it
escape.
soon.
Oh, is he still out of the pool?
Yeah, he's like by the lawn chair on the second floor.
Oh, I see him. Hello. Yeah, he's gonna escape real soon.
Yeah, he's just kind of slowly rolling right now.
He's making considered efforts and plans.
Oh,
Oh, there he goes. Off he goes.
is he gonna get stuck in the chair?
Nope,
Nope, there he is.
he's gone. Well,
Oh, wow, he hit the water with enough force that he... Oh, okay.
did he just spawn again?
I
No.
don't know. I see him propelling through the void at, like, light speed.
Oh gosh.
And he's gone, I guess.
Alright, goodbye, submarine duck. It was nice knowing you. At least he's home where he belongs.
He can dive as deep as he wants now.
Indeed. See all the little creatures. Alright. Do you want the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Next question is, who are you?
Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the internet knows me as Tori. Tori is actually my chosen middle name.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
Originally, it was gonna be my chosen name, because I chose that back in early high school, probably freshman year. And it was like all of my
propeller
friends
hat.
were like, yeah. All of my friends at the time were like, "Oh, that's too femme. Like, if you wanted something more gender neutral." And I was like, "All right, fuck you." And I was playing through Pokemon Emerald at the time, and there's a character named Riley on Iron Island. He's really cool. Has a Lucario. One of my favorite characters. Never shows up again.
Oh, that's a shame.
My chosen name is his name misspelled. It's Riley.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
But, God, who am I? I'm just some dumb, sick ferret on the internet, truthfully.
Why ferret?
I don't know. I got assigned ferret. I was just chilling, and all of a sudden, like, a bunch of my friends and my community were just like, you know, that's kind of ferret behavior. And I'm like, what? And they're like,
what did I do?
Yeah, Tori's a ferret. And I'm just like, what?
Okay, I guess.
Hello? And it just kind of stuck. And it's like, yeah, I guess that is kind of ferret behavior.
I like it. That's fun.
The way I draw my, like, actual Sona, like the thing that is on the screen, I don't draw them like a ferret. They're just a dumpy little sad gray and brown thing.
I think they're cute. I like them. Alright. Sorry, stretching.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Let's stretch for 1 second.
Ooh. I recently got into playing VR Minecraft,
Yeah.
and I did a 7.5 hour stream
Oh
very
god.
recently, and I'm still very sore from it. Oh, it was so good, though.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
I'm so normal when I like a thing. It's like, okay, this is my temporary hyperfixation. Here we go.
I'm noticing that I do that more often as well. I didn't notice it before.
Attention spans are hard.
They can be. Yeah.
That's why I sold mine back to Walmart.
Or you got it.
That's where I assumed I was giving it from.
I love that.
Definitely off-brand.
It's a knockoff.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Would you like the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Outside of race, gender, and career, how would you describe yourself?
I call myself dumb a lot. I'm not dumb. I know I'm not dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually taken an IQ test before. I've taken a
Yeah.
few of them. And one of the more in-depth ones I took actually showed that I have a very high IQ. I just have severe issues with memory and math.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, and this is very early signs of it, I have dyscalculia.
Oh.
And it's getting worse and worse over time because I have suffered several I've suffered several like head injuries, and depression along with several other things will give you brain damage and worsen brain damage.
Yeah.
Along with the fact that I also suffer from chronic migraines due to terrible dehydration that water does not work on.
Weird.
I can drink all the water in the world and I will never be hydrated. But
you
we
need those electrolytes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, I'm not sponsored by Gamer Advantage or Advanced GG. Hey, hello, hi. Can you please restock my flavor?
I need this to survive.
I actually do. I'm suffering so bad right now.
Oh no.
But we didn't know what caused it, so I assumed it was like my and we didn't know I was schizophrenic and all of that. Mental health was never talked about, like any of that was never talked about. So I assumed it was my imagination trying to crack open my skull and kill me. So I would slam my head, the front of my head, as hard as I could against concrete, textbooks, desks.
Ow!
I would get in a lot of trouble at school for it too, so I started doing it out of view of the teachers. My parents never really truly stopped me.
Yeah.
Side note, when I say parents, I mean my grandparents. They raised me, my maternal grandparents.
Okay.
So, like, I know I'm not dumb. I'm smart. I'm just...
You just got a lot of in your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would consider, I guess I would describe myself as a very kind of broken person. I wouldn't even describe myself as a person. Like...
Ferret?
Yeah, truly like a ferret. Like, even then, like, sometimes I struggle with, like, considering myself organic. Because it's like, God, I would be so much happier if, like, I didn't have, like, from the waist down. I would just be so much happier, like if from the waist down I just didn't... Was robot. Yeah. Beep boop.
Yeah.
Or, like, even if my internals were, like, robotic or something, like...
You just want that quality of life.
Yes, actually. Like, as we are sitting here, I have watched a muscle spasm in my leg. They're so violent that I can physically watch them. Just like an individual muscle, just like, hey, we're having a rave up in here. I've also had like extra hard heart palpitations over the
Mm.
course of us sitting here.
Ugh,
Um,
no fun.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I I don't know how I would describe myself. I've never really been able to do it, but it's
Yeah.
yeah. I'm yeah. I am
Okay.
here.
Well, I appreciate your existence.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at answers.
It's okay. Look, it's fine. That's the kind of whole point of this. There's no right or wrong. There's no correct answer. It's just you. Thank you for being yourself.
Yeah.
Do you want the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, tugboat.
Boat! Boat! Boat!
But
Boat! Specifically, that is a cruise ship. You
oh,
can tell because of the way that it is shaped. Kind of
where
like an
is it?
eclair.
I don't see it. I hear
It's
it.
way out there.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a cruise ship.
yeah.
I wish it was a tugboat.
Tugboats are cute.
They are pretty cute. Anyway, the next question is, what is something that scares you?
Oh, something that scares me. I think my biggest fear is. How do I put this without this sounding like really fucked up? Um, in a lot of my like stories and stuff, I paint humanity and humans as the villain, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason for that. Besides the fact that we have humanity has a terrible track record as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Um, human nature, when a large group of people feel fear or threatened, and decide to take action on that fear as
Mm-hmm.
a group, um,
It gets
humanity scares
scary.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
understand
I
that.
don't have faith in humanity. I have faith in individuals.
Okay.
Um, it's there is not a whole lot that is scarier than when people are afraid. A large
Mm.
group of people are afraid.
Yeah.
Or even like small groups of people, because then it's like, okay, well, we can try to incite other things like while we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
um Authority like cops, because especially in America, you can't trust a cop. I'm
Yeah, not
sorry.
really.
No. um
It's a shame, but yeah, not really.
yeah, I would say adults. Like, as a 26-year-old, I would say adults, if I was younger, because like I definitely couldn't trust other people while I was growing up. No one took me seriously when it was like I would come to them with a problem of like, hey, like this person is relentlessly beating me up in school.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I'm sick and tired of putting up with this. And it's like, oh, well, we'll have to launch an investigation into that. Oh, he seems like a nice enough kid. And it's like,
Did you start
okay.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, did you start it? Maybe if you tried being a little less weird.
It's
Um,
like,
yeah,
wow. I'm sorry. Real insensitive.
yeah. Um, yeah, groups of people usually, like, fear is one of my biggest fears
Mm-hmm.
when other people are afraid. Um,
That makes sense.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot that I'm afraid of. I don't like bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in Florida, we have something called palmetto bugs,
Hmm.
which are just essentially like larger but way dumber cockroaches.
Mm.
Um, like, they're way dumber. They can fly apparently, but they're too stupid to remember.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and uh, it's just they can get in everywhere. They just kind of like miraculously spawn out of the ether. They're horrible. I hate them. They don't do anything. They don't do
Yeah.
anything. They don't bite or hiss or anything. They're just. It's just them showing up is terrifying.
Mm. Because they're so big?
Yes, they are quite big.
Ugh.
They
I don't
can
think
get quite big.
I don't think I would enjoy that either.
Yeah, no. It's bad.
I'm going down the tube.
Tube, 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 tube.
Tube, tube. Move out of the way, ducks.
Oh, there's
I'm
a
going
couple
up the
of these going
tube.
up the tube.
Yay. There we go. Lovely.
Nice.
Beautiful. Alright. I feel like that answers that question. How do you feel?
Yeah. I can't really think of anything else that I'm like truly afraid of. I play with arachnophobia mode in some games because it's like, oh well, I don't want anyone in my streams to get like, you know, upset at spiders. But also because like in like Satisfactory they just like put faces of kittens on spiders. In Lethal Company it's the word spider like chasing
Yeah.
you.
It's funny.
It's always funny.
It
I'm
is very
oddly
funny.
less afraid of spiders now that I am a bit older.
Mm.
I still kill them anyways because I live in Florida and so we have black widows.
Oh.
Black widows and the brown recluse, which is even
Oh
more dangerous.
no. Yeah, those are
So
both
it's
real
just
bad.
like rule of thumb, just kill it.
Ugh. Nasty.
Yeah.
Alright. Here's a hard question. What is the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome?
The hardest thing I've ever had to overcome. I mean, I've already talked about the homeless shelter. That was bad.
Yeah.
Because like
That was
they
pretty
promised to help me. Like
and then they just didn't.
Yeah, they promised to help me and like help me get a job and like an apartment. And then they just kind of refused and they threatened to send me to another homeless shelter in like Ocala or something that was like way worse than theirs, and I was like, no, I can't trust you guys at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah. That's tough.
There was... Okay, so the reason I graduated, like, it took me 5 years to graduate, was I was allowed to repeat 10th grade because I started school a year early when I lived in Switzerland.
Okay.
That's a whole thing. I was in California at the time when I was at that private school that I got kicked out of for being gay. And also having dyed hair, but more for being gay. And I was going to see a therapist at the time, and she was the stupidest fucking bitch I can ever think of.
Ugh, I hate that. I hate when therapists don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, like, she liked me because she thought I was an easy client, when the reality was I would not open up to her, and I had nowhere to physically hide in her room. There's a lot of times where I look back at an experience and go, how the fuck did we not realize I was autistic sooner? I literally, for my first 2 therapists, I sat in the corner. My second therapist, like, I sat underneath one of the desks in her room. Like, God. But this third therapist, when I was living in California and going to that private school, she made the stupid motherfucking suggestion. I'm sorry, I hate this bitch.
Sorry?
She made the stupid suggestion that I go live with my bio mom. Because up until that point, I had been living with my maternal grandparents, and my bio mom had come to visit me literally twice. She never called or anything, and, like, in my head, I had built up this person who loved me unconditionally. And then I was, like, a little clone of her, because I spent, like, 1 summer with her.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's kind of also what our culture teaches us, that your parents, your bio parents, are, like, the most important things ever. And that they always love you, when that's not the case.
Yeah. I am one of the reasons several schools I went to stopped using the term parents and
Mm.
started adding parents or guardians,
Mm-hmm.
because I would have to go and be like to the teacher and be like, "Hey, I don't have parents.
Uh.
I'm not adopted. I'm not being fostered. I live with my grandparents. My
Mm-hmm.
parents are not in the picture. Like, can I still get this signed?"
Yeah.
And then there'd be a whole thing of, well, shit, I don't know. Ugh,
That's
made my day.
frustrating.
Um, but she suggested that I go live with my bio mom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we packed up my shit and I moved out there. And at first things were really good, and like she was kind of hard on me because it was like I was not motivated to be in school or in high school
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Yeah.
Um, in fact, while I was living in California, I had suggested that, hey, I should probably just test out of high school. The test is easier to pass. And,
Mm.
like, truly, I don't think anyone cares if you get a GED. I don't think anyone
No,
cares
not
now,
really.
anyways.
No, they
Um,
still don't. I have a GED. And I still have a
yeah,
bachelor's in psychology. Like, it does not matter.
yeah, like, fuck, I'm so jealous. I wanted to test out so bad, because I knew I could pass that test.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it would just be math would be my problem.
Yeah.
Uh, but
You can
I moved
retake
out
it.
there. Oh, no, I graduated. I graduated.
I'm just
Not
saying,
happy
and
about it.
to anyone else interested in GEDs, you could retake tests.
Oh yeah, you can take it as many times as you want.
You can brute
It might
force that
cost
thing.
money. Yeah, it might cost money, but like, hey, like, go for it. Go for it.
Do it.
Graduating high school? No, not worth it. Not worth it. Unless you were truly there for the social aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, no one gives it.
No one
Oh,
cares if you have a
oh.
GED or a diploma.
I think maybe the flamingo cared because he's dead now.
Oh, well, he's entering the pool at the moment. Oh, there he
No,
goes.
he got popped.
Oh no. He's still alive for me.
Yeah, he's still there. He'll despawn in a minute, but
Oh, poor buddy. Anyway,
um,
you wanted to test out high school.
I wanted to test out of high school. I didn't care about the social aspect. I didn't care about walking across the stage. I actively did not want to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about prom. I didn't care about homecoming. I wasn't allowed to take any more art classes because I accidentally did them my first year of high school.
Oh no! That's
Yeah.
that's rough.
I kept having to retake language classes because I went to 3 different high schools, and my
Mm-hmm.
first high school had German.
Mm-hmm.
So ich spreche auf Deutsch a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my second school did not recognize that language credit, and so they made me take ASL, um, which I don't remember any of that.
Uh.
Um, and my third school was just like, we see you have language credits from 2 different languages that we do not offer here. And I was like, if you make me retake this,
I will riot.
understand I will riot, and I will do my best to speak some combination of Japanese, French, and German in your Spanish class. And side note, I minorly know Canadian French.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
um, but yeah, no, like she was hard on me at first, and like when I transferred in, like they couldn't give me any classes because it was halfway through the school year. So they
Mm-hmm.
put me in a shit ton of study halls.
Mm.
So I slept a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Um, and she started like getting really hard on me and really angry with me, and I'm just like, what do you expect me to do? I don't actually have class.
Yeah.
Um, and then I
It's
entered
not
my
really
senior
your
year.
fault.
Yeah. And my senior year, she
Mm-hmm.
started getting physically violent.
Oh no.
Yeah, like she picked me up and like slammed me against the front door. Um, and like at that point, like I had already talked back to my grandpa
Yeah.
because their way of dealing with me when I have meltdowns and like temper tantrums was grabbing my wrist and squeezing as hard as they could until I stopped.
Hmm.
Um, hi, I have more nerve damage in my
Hello.
wrist.
Ah.
Uh, But
It was
like
nice. Yeah.
she picked me up, slammed me against the front door, and it's like right before school, and I'm like, if you keep this up, I'm gonna be late for school. Are you done with your hissy fit, ma'am?
Mm.
And she actually dropped me, and I was just like, okay, I'm out, and I ran to school.
Yeah.
Um, but and then
That's rough.
for senior pictures, she forced me to put makeup on. And
Ugh.
I already knew I was trans by that time, and I was like, I don't want to be a girl. I don't like girl stuff. I've never liked
Mhm.
girl stuff.
Yeah.
The pictures that you are talking about of me in girl stuff are from when I was like a toddler and had no choice and no
Yeah.
like bodily
No,
autonomy.
no. You had no knowledge that there were other options.
Yeah. Um, so she tried to force makeup on me. We didn't realize I had a stress disorder, but I
Mm.
do. And so my
Mhm.
brain went, I hate this so much. Fuck you, we're shutting down. And
Mm.
I genuinely collapsed. Um, and I collapsed backwards.
Ow.
And it's a very small powder room. So, like, you know, it's a toilet and a sink and a light switch.
Ugh.
Uh, I slammed my head back against the light switch,
Ow.
fall to the ground, and like it's like fainting. But
Yeah.
then I start to like, you know, get back up, and immediately I wipe my face with my hands. She starts screaming at me, "Why are you faking all this for attention and all that?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god,
I
you
didn't.
stupid motherfucker."
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so sorry. Yeah, that sounds like it would be pretty rough.
yeah. I oof.
I'm glad you survived it. Thank you for continuing to exist.
Yeah. I was real spiteful after that. Like,
I
just
I
tried
believe you.
starving us. Oh, but I should also mention, I'm not an only child.
Oh
I
no.
had two half brothers who witnessed all of this. One of them was actively diagnosed autistic. All three of us are.
Oh
Um,
no.
and it was bad. It was bad. Um,
No.
and then after I moved out, like my two half brothers got Facebook accounts, and I reached out to the older of the two,
Mhm.
and like she had warped everything that had happened in his mind into something else, and I was just like, all right,
Mm.
this is not my problem to deal with.
Yeah,
I
that's
literally did not know you while I was growing up or while you were growing up. This isn't my problem. I ain't losing
yeah.
out here.
That's that's tough.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. Well, thanks for answering that question.
I don't even remember what the question was. I'm
What's the
so
hardest
sorry.
thing you've ever had to overcome? And I think that's pretty difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely that of like, oh, my bio mother does not love me. She
Yeah.
also, this is a side note. She also told me that my bio dad was in prison for drugs and
Mhm.
like other stuff.
Yeah.
Um like she kept that lie going. She is a chronic liar.
Mhm.
Um she's also probably autistic and has like a shit ton of other things as well that she just
Probably.
does not deal with. Um come to find out, while I was living in the homeless shelter, my bio dad bought me bonds when I was born.
Oh.
And he made them out specifically so my bio mom couldn't cash them in.
Oh,
Only
smart.
my maternal grandmother or myself could
Uh-huh.
cash them in.
Mm.
And I was desperate for money, so I did. And we searched up his name on Facebook, me and my therapist at the time, and we found him. He answered questions only he could answer. And it turns out he's never been in prison. He's like been arrested for like one thing, but it was literally just like, oh well, there's a shit ton of miscommunication here. Like
Yeah.
this was an accident. Like, you know,
Mhm.
okay, you're fine.
Yeah.
Um, and he's good and chill. It's a little bit more like having an uncle though, because I didn't meet until I was like 22.
Yeah. You don't have that paternal relationship,
Yeah, love him
but
to death though.
good. I'm at least you have somebody in your corner.
Yeah.
That's what matters. I'm glad to hear it. All right, next question. This
Yeah.
is going to be also difficult. What frustrates you the most about life?
Um, the lie that if you work hard enough, anything is possible.
Yeah, that's tough.
I was told that my whole life. I didn't understand how people act, and I still don't totally understand how people act. That's one of my hobbies, is actually people watching
Mm-hmm.
and like observing like human behavior and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I throughout like middle school is when it started getting tough because like I was falling behind on schoolwork because I didn't understand. Um, it's not that I didn't understand the material, unless it was math, then I truly did not understand.
Yeah.
But it was more of a case of I thought I was doing what everyone else was doing. Why wasn't I also successful? What was
Mm.
I doing differently? What was I doing wrong
Mm-hmm.
that everyone else was doing right?
Yeah.
Um, and I never got the answer to that growing up. The truth of the
Yeah.
matter is I was doing everything right.
The
No
system
one
just
taught me how to
failed you.
study. Yeah,
Uh,
I went through, oh god, uh Switzerland, Georgia, Canada again, Canada a third time, Washington State, California, and New York. I changed schools at least 7 or 8 times
that's a lot.
in different countries that use
Mm-hmm.
different measurement systems that have different like educational standards.
Mm-hmm.
I missed out on a lot, and it's just like I fell through those gaps and no one was there to help me. Like I went to tutoring once and it didn't do anything. It was just for math.
Yeah.
And it was just to get me ahead for that year.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah.
and yeah, it was
It's rough.
yeah,
Well,
it's my biggest frustration is you can't do anything if you try hard enough. Everyone has their limitations.
mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah. It's
and
really go ahead.
sometimes it varies from day to day too. Like
Yeah.
or day to day or year to year. Like maybe maybe 5 years ago, if I had gotten to somewhere where I could ski again. It
Mm-hmm.
would take me a hot minute to get back into it, but I could ski.
Yeah.
If I tried going now, I would not be able to do it. And
Yeah.
the thought of that, I can't think too much about that because that breaks my heart because that was the only sport I was good at.
Mm. Yeah. It's tough. I find it frustrating that our best sometimes just isn't good enough. And
Yep.
that makes me very upset. Very, very
Yeah.
upset that like we're encouraged over and over to try our best to do what we can and it's still not enough. Like
Yep.
it's just like what? Why? Yeah. I resonate. That's all I'm going to say. um do you want to move on to the next question?
Sure.
What excites you the most?
What excites me the most? I like space. I like trains. I don't know shit about trains, but I like trains.
The trains. They're
I
cool.
like video games. I like colors. I like animals. I like a combination of colors and animals. I like character design. I love like picking apart animation.
Mm.
I love learning new things. Oh my god, that was the worst part about school was I loved learning new shit, but I didn't want to do any of the homework because the busy work wasn't actually like teaching me shit.
Yeah.
Um I like I love meeting new people and like learning about different perspectives on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um uh fuck, what else? I find so much comfort in knowing that the heat death of the universe is inevitable and like we're never going to make like a galactic impact on anything.
Yeah.
We're all just gonna return to Stardust someday. Um oh, what else excites me? Um Technology's fucking crazy,
Oh,
y'all.
it's cool.
Like,
It's going
it
places.
hurts my wallet so much.
Yeah.
Like VR, like, oh my god, like, just the body euphoria from being in VR chat for several hours,
Mm.
or even just in VR games in general, because it's like, oh, well, I can just play in seated mode. My
Yeah.
actual, like, physical ability doesn't totally matter.
Yeah. It's very comforting.
What else? What else? Hyenas and goats. Um, uh, and plants. I really like plants. I haven't gotten to do much gardening in the past few years because I live in a house that is filled with ammonia. This is not good for my lungs.
Mm.
But oh, I don't know. Oh,
I
and,
think
and
that's
when
a
other
pretty good
people are
list.
like passionate about stuff, like I like listening to people like info dump about their special interests. Unless
Ooh.
it is a special interest that I'm just like, oh, you like this thing that is truly, genuinely at its core problematic.
Mm.
Oh, honey. I'm not gonna say it to your face, but
Find a different hobby.
listen, I get it if you grew up with Harry Potter. You cannot continue to financially support her. Please!
Uh.
We need to be better than this.
Mm. Yeah, it's tough.
Besides, the fan merch is always made, like, with way better quality.
Yeah, it usually is. Alright. I think that was a pretty good list. Thank you for sharing.
Yay.
Oh, tunnel. Foob.
Oh, whoosh.
Alright, next question?
Yeah.
Next question is, why did you agree to the game we are playing? Why Duck Sim?
Cause this is like, okay, usually when I'm talking with other people or like I'm on stream, I'm doing like 8 different things at once.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is one of the few things where it's like, okay, if I'm doing this and talking to another person, I'm not gonna also be trying to draw and like, you know, and then like scroll through my VTuber Twitter and like look through my emails, which I have to do later. And like all of that shit. I never stop. This is the only thing that I was like, if we do this, I will be able to focus on giving you good answers.
Alright.
Because
Well,
originally it was like this, Monster Hunter World, or Stardew.
yeah,
I haven't
Stardew.
played Stardew in ages, so like the new updates are like
A
really
lot.
intimidating.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World, there's a problem with my game where I got super hard carried by a dude, and now I just have to like sit there and grind for parts. And also the way I play is really dumb. I just go out into the wild and I just hang out.
Oh, that's fun!
I just like go and I just like mess with like creatures and stuff, and I'm just this dumb hunting horn running around just like having a great time.
Oh, I love that.
I don't
That
go
sounds
on
like a good
missions.
time.
Just hanging out.
Just vibing.
Yeah, a boss monster shows up and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll kill it. It just absolutely fucks off and I'm like,
Okay.
well, shit, okay. That's fine too.
Lovely. Yeah, this is a good choice. Thanks for recommending. Alright, next question.
Yeah!
What is something you are proud of?
Something I am proud of? I will say my art has definitely like rapidly improved over the past few years that I've been doing like commissions and stuff.
Nice.
I'm just now truly really noticing it when I see commissions from like 2021 and then I go,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, God,
I
oh
could
dear,
do so much better than that.
no. And then I look at my prices and I go, oh, what the fuck passed me?
How did anyone commission me? Yeah.
Um, I I've definitely improved a lot after um after I escaped my bio mom and went back to California. I went to college
Mm-hmm.
after like a little bit of a break,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to media arts and animation major at
Ooh.
the Art Institute of the Inland Empire. So immediately that should set off some red flags for
It
people.
does, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they ain't never getting that money back. I'm not paying my student loan. You'll take it from my cold dead body. uh,
Goodness.
I got through 1 year, and then our school was like, we're shutting down the housing program, and then a few like days later, maybe a week, we found like locks and chains on the doors of the
Oh
building.
no.
Yep.
Uh,
And I had started rapidly becoming a shut-in. Like my paranoia was at an all-time high for no godforsaken reason.
mm,
Um, and like even looking on my art from back then, like I had basically almost quit art because I hated what we were forced to draw in school. It
mm-hmm.
wasn't industry standard. They were lying to us, and I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I almost gave up on art entirely. Um, but even looking at like some of my designs from back then of like OCs and shit, it's just like, oh, wow, yeah, no, I actually have really gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't do figure drawing to save my life. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's
But it's like,
difficult.
yeah, it's also because like my brain doesn't like humans.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like being on the internet and being in VR chat, is because my brain doesn't perceive you as a person. I see you as a fluffy blue, like cutie. Like you're so cute and fluffy.
Thank you, thank you,
Um,
thank you, thank you.
but it immediately makes my brain like a person.
Mm-hmm.
I have a much harder time with human tubers. I'm
Mm.
so sorry. I'm so
There.
sorry. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like my art has so greatly improved, and just the ability of things that I am able to do, like emotes, overlays, logos, and like painting 3D models. Like this is the shit that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
do I offer too many things? Maybe. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't
It's
worry
fine.
about it. It's fine. Um, God, I don't. I think the only other thing I can think of is that I'm really proud that I can like live with myself most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Seems like that took a lot of work.
oh yeah, I had a lot of self-hate. There was a brief point in time where I actually genuinely believed in God, and I
Mm.
like prayed and asked for a sign of like what is wrong with me? Like, can you either like kill me, or can I wake up in the body of a boy? And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what transgender was at the time, by the way. um
Oh, you little egg.
oh yeah.
Little baby egg.
I was living in Canada specifically, and I was kind of stealth watching a show at night called Cyber Six, where by
Mm.
day the dude is a English professor,
Mm-hmm.
and his best friend I think is a science professor in the same building,
Mm-hmm.
and by night she's a crime-fighting kick-ass with like a Black Panther as a brother, and like definitely a romantic relationship with that science teacher dude who I
Fun.
think like moonlights as a detective. I can't remember, but it was like, okay, dude during the day, woman at night, is
Uh-huh.
very happy. Is that an
Hmm.
option? Is that just media?
Uh-huh.
Um, and that was fascinating. Oh, that was a fascinating time.
Mm.
Um,
I'm sure.
oh yeah. Um, but it took me a very long time to live with myself without medication.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it was like, well, my depression wouldn't be as bad, my ADHD wouldn't be as bad. Um, like everything would be better if I had meds, and I will still admit, God, I need meds. Holy shit. Oh my god, I've been microdosing chocolate syrup as a replacement for like
Oh gosh.
antidepressants.
You've
It's
been
not
mixing
working.
mix.
It's
No,
not
stop.
working.
Oh no.
Um no, oddly enough, making milkshakes actually is working.
Oh,
Um
nice.
yeah, it's so good. Um but yeah, it's been rough. Um
Yeah.
it's been rough.
Yeah. Sounds like it. But you're surviving. Thank you for doing
Yes.
that. That's the important bit.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. What's your most prized possession and why?
Hmm. My most prized possession. Um, I think that would have to be Snuffles.
Yeah.
Snuffles is a little white polar bear plushie. I
Oh.
got him in second-ish grade. We were living in Georgia at the time, and we were at the yacht club on one of the lakes. Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier, that's where it
Hmm.
was. Um, and oh yeah, I also grew up on a boat half the time. We spent a lot of summers on the boat.
Nice.
40-foot Catalina.
Woo.
I hated it at the time, miss it to death now.
Ah.
Um, but someone at that yacht club on that dock gave me Snuffles. At the time, I named him Snowy,
Mm-hmm.
and he is one of the few things I still have
Mm-hmm.
from like childhood. Like a lot of my current stuffed animals are things that I bought after I graduated high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if something happened to Snuffles, like I don't sleep with Snuffles anymore because he's very old.
Yeah.
Um,
A
he's
little fragile.
pretty dirty. He's not. I wouldn't say he's fragile, but he's definitely losing fur.
Mm.
Um, but he's very dirty, as our washing machine cannot handle stuffed animals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if something happened to Snuffles, I would be very upset. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That
Um,
makes sense.
I can't. Like, there's a few things around that I could be like, oh, well, like, you know, if something happened to this, then I would have, like, I genuinely have a hard time sleeping at night. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, well, that's just my sleep aid stuff. Like, I could find a way around not having a weighted stuffed animal on me at night.
Yeah. That makes sense. Oh, sorry. Oh. Still waking up. Thank you for sharing, Dory. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, we're reaching the end here. We've got 4 more questions.
Okay.
Next one is how you take care of yourself. If you do at all.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay. It's
Um,
alright.
I that is another reason why I can't live alone. Is I really can't take care of myself. I
Mm.
have the inability to form habits.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only habit that I can like kind of keep um is showering at
Mm.
least once a week. Only like once a week right now, usually
Mm-hmm.
more if I have like access to it. But
Mm-hmm.
like once a week now because it's like there's one shower in this house that is serviceable. and
Mm.
it's in my housemate's bedroom.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a little tough.
Uh, so I can only shower when he's not home.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and other than that, it's just like I'm working all the time. Um,
Yeah.
Other ways I take care of myself. I buy the huge ass packs of hot dogs.
Mm.
Because not only are those like really easy for me to heat up, and it's like, okay, well that's protein. Um, I have I'm not smart, and I tend to, like, if we have sugar, I tend to go a little overboard sometimes, and
Yeah.
I will sugar crash.
Mm.
So my cheat is if I eat like any sugar, like if I eat too much sugar and then I realize, oh fuck, that's definitely too much sugar, I just
Mm-hmm.
go and I eat a hot dog, and then like it's oh well, I'll be fine for the most part.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah. I like
um,
that.
what else? I'm trying to get better at brushing my teeth and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because that was a habit that I'd never formed. I was also never taught how to do it.
Mm.
Um, but my cheat is there's these U-shaped toothbrushes you can buy for kids on Amazon.
Mm.
Um, I can't do electric toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Way overstimulating.
I bet.
But also, did you know there really isn't much of a difference between kids' toothpaste and adult toothpaste?
Yeah, I am aware of that.
We don't have to suffer from mint. You listen, you
we
don't
don't.
have to suffer. I have blue raspberry flavor in my bathroom right now. I have wild strawberry sitting on my desk, and I think I have another one that's
Ooh,
bubblegum like unicorn flavor or some shit.
tasty.
Um,
Yeah, I think
other
that
than that,
counts.
it's like, and this is also going to sound very stupid, um, but because we're so poor, we can't afford to have like actually like healthy meals.
Yeah.
So it's usually like frozen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The gamer energy drink stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
advanced, gamer subs, yeah, it's pretty much only those two. But advanced specifically is the one that I prefer because it has
Mm-hmm.
like less taurine and caffeine and stuff.
Okay.
That stuff actually, like, the main way it gives you energy is vitamin B.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of other shit. And that's really good if you don't get a lot of vitamins in your diet.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
something better than nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. And it's not dumb to not be able to afford healthy food. Healthy food, ironically, is expensive.
It is.
And it doesn't even taste that good.
It depends. I mean, so, hey, when was the last time you had Brussels sprouts, by the way?
Brussels sprouts? I think like a couple weeks ago. I've been eating a lot of cauliflower recently.
Because I was gonna say, I didn't realize that they actually genetically modified Brussels sprouts to taste better in recent years.
Really? Interesting.
Yes! If you take someone who hated Brussels sprouts in like the early 2000s and you made them try Brussels sprouts now, they might actually like it.
Interesting. I'll have to try it again.
Um,
Yeah. That's 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 cool and interesting and weird.
yeah, it's very weird.
Like, okay
But it makes
then.
sense, I guess, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh well, this is something that is actually somewhat good for you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it should not taste horrible.
Shouldn't taste yeah, shouldn't taste like dirt. Alright, next question.
Yeah.
What is a question you wish for me to ask you? So basically what I'm asking is there something that you wish to talk about, but you wish you had an excuse to talk about it?
Um, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't.
that's
I
fine.
don't know. Like, as you can tell, like, I can go on tangents and then side tangents from those tangents, and then
Mm-hmm.
side tangents from those side tangents.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked a lot about a lot of topics.
Yeah, like, I can cover a lot of ground. Um, I, I, I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know.
That can be our answer. Our answer will be no. And that's okay.
Uh,
Would you like me to move
yeah,
on to the next one?
yeah. I don't know. I could give a better answer than that. It's like
That's
I don't
okay.
know.
That's as good as of an answer as we need. It's good enough. Don't worry about it. The
Okay.
next question is, when are you the happiest?
When am I the happiest? Um, Smaller hangouts usually. Like
Yeah.
anywhere from like 1 to like maybe 5 at max other people, unless I know a lot of them already.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we're like doing something or hanging out or playing a game, or like we're all like parallel play doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
body doubling off of each other maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
You're on that tube to slide pipeline.
I mean, the one ahead of me is actually the chameleon duck.
Yeah. I noticed that. Anyway, sorry. Smaller hangouts,
Sus.
parallel play.
Um, yeah, I try to be pretty happy for stream and all of that. I'm There's a good portion of time where I'm not happy for stream. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had to I had promised a Slime Rancher 1 stream where I did the entirety of the base story of Slime Rancher in one stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I had someone message me after and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, why, what's up?" And they were like, "I just watched all of that stream and you were super forced." And I went, "Fuck." Because I had gotten in a fight with someone earlier that day,
Oh
just before
no.
stream.
Yeah.
Um, or like the 7.5 hour Minecraft stream,
Mm.
I was not happy. I was starting to get kind of delirious about halfway through because I was
Mm-hmm.
so tired, but
Yeah.
like my brain wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I
but
rated
like
in on that one.
I think, I think so.
I think so. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
um,
You were going through
uh,
a hard time. And I hope that,
Literally earlier that day, I had been screamed at by my neighbor.
yeah,
Um,
you told us the story. I remember that.
yeah, TLDR, I live with crazy neighbor.
They are a
Um,
little crazy.
I live with crazy white Karen neighbor. Um,
And their little kid. Was the worst.
yeah, little kid, uh, nonverbal autistic.
Nah.
She's written the kid off as like will always need to be cared for, cannot care for that kind of stuff. I'm
Oh
just like,
no.
get your kid in AAC. You'll find that he's a lot smarter than you think.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
um, um, but yeah, I.
It's been rough.
Yeah,
It's alright.
yeah. Oof.
But you're
Um,
happiest when you're with smaller groups of people.
I'm happiest when I'm with smaller groups of people, or when there's actually genuinely a lot of people in like my stream chat,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh shit, like I'm doing something I truly enjoy, and people are finding this entertaining enough to stick around and watch.
And talk to me? It's incredible.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
hell, even if people aren't talking to me, like just seeing, because and I know I shouldn't. I have the average view count thing on. I check my
Mm.
stats just about every fucking day.
Mm.
Um, because I am reliant on like ad revenue, because I
Yeah,
will never push subs or anything.
it's your job at this point.
Yeah, it's my job. Uh, but like, even if people aren't interacting in chat, it's just like, holy shit, there's people here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having fun, and chat likes it. Holy shit, yes!
Incredible.
This is amazing! And then I start having more fun because it's like, oh my god, people are interested. And then it's kind of like this vicious cycle of, oh, people are here. Oh, I'm happy and excited. Oh, people interact with me. I get more happy and excited. And then it keeps going, and then I get so tired. I'm exhausted.
I bet. It's a lot of energy.
Even now, I have worked myself up so much.
Well, at least you're having fun.
We're not even doing anything. We're just looking at ducks.
I don't think they're fun little ducks, though. They're great little ducks.
That's a cat.
I like my little gemstone ducky.
I think some of these other ducks are like the ducks from the newest pack, like the piggy bank duck and the macaw.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
I
think so. I don't think I have those ones. Pretty sure I don't.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, the macaw, the nerd, the kind of the steel robo duck, and the piggy bank duck are from so many ducks.
Okay. I have those, I just have not unlocked them. I have the RBG duck. Can I become? No, I can't become RBG duck. That's too bad.
Yeah.
It's fine. Oh, look at all these duckies. Wonderful.
Look at all those chickens!
Chicken. Alright. Last question. Who would you want to see interviewed next?
Who would I want to see interviewed next? Oof, that's hard, because it's like, when you see those things of like, oh, you know, like, tag someone to do this, it's like, I never do that, because I never want to force someone into being like...
Yeah. It definitely isn't a forced thing.
Yeah, I can think of a couple people, like, Tavi, Tavi is really nice. Pixel Butts. He's the friend that I made that introduced me to all of these other people, and then his headset broke from VR chat. And,
oh no!
Yeah, and then it was kind of like I'm left to fend for myself, and he won't stop talking about me to every one of his other friends, and they all know me, and it's terrifying. I love him. And then I guess my friend Ziluzion. They haven't streamed in a hot minute because like they're going through a lot of life changes, like finishing up college, moving.
Yeah.
I'm Zilu, if you ever see this, I'm so proud of you. Holy shit. If you know any Avalis, there's a lot of Avalis who get commissions from Zilu. Yeah, I guess any of those three would be really cool.
Okay.
Because I know Pixels' story. I know a decent amount of Pixels' story. And I know Tavi's been through a lot in life too. Yeah, that'd all be really, really cool.
Alright, neat. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I'll probably ask you later for names and contact information so I could put them in my little book. And then or for later.
Yeah, I'll also like reach out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey nerds, this person's cool and nice and fluffy.
I am fluffy.
So fluffy.
I need to get more fluffy. But Maybe not too fluffy. Just the right amount of fluffy. Anyway, well, thank you for being here. Thank you for answering my questions. That's the last of it. That's the last one.
This was fun.
I'm going to move us over to this screen. Hello!
Oh,
I'm glad this was fun.
I genuinely, like, this was so fun. Like, I'm just kind of like my brain like was like, oh, this is like a game show question thing. Oh, okay, okay, answers. Okay, answers. Hi, hello.
I can do those. I can do answers.
I can do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm really happy to hear it. I had lots of fun.
I'm not usually this hyper. I swear. I definitely had an energy drink before we started this, though, because I wanted to be alert and awake.
Well, I appreciate that, but don't forget to take rest. It's important.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go take an like it's like 1:30 for me right now. I'm gonna go take a nap as soon as we're done.
Wonderful. All right, well, let's wrap this up then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna address the invisible audience now. Hello, hi. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for being here and thank you for watching. If you like any of the stuff that we talked about today with Tori, then you probably would enjoy Tori Floop. So where can they find you, Tori?
On most websites, it is Tori Floop. I'm not on TikTok. There's like a few TikToks accounts of mine, but I can't access them, so that's not me anymore. Usually on Twitch. I'm really getting into YouTube with like YouTube Shorts and stuff. I'm not active on Tori Floop Twitter, but I'm semi-active on Blue Sky, or if you search up Raelty, spelled Raeltai.
Okay.
Just yeah.
All right.
That's
cool.
Also me.
Nice. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you again for being here. Thank you for putting yourself through my questions. I appreciate it. And I hope you take care of yourself for the rest of today. And yeah, I'll see you around. I have to remember how I usually close this out. I think it's just I think that's it. Most of your stuff will be in the description below. And yeah. Thank you again, invisible audience, for being here. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around. Goodbye.
Bye.